Hey, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, or welcome back to you guys that have been with me and watching my videos. Today we're going to talk about where to save money and the hierarchy of the OEM, aftermarket, and the Chinese. Let's start there. What is my take when it comes to the OEMs? I think the OEMs have a great product, okay? And if you have an OEM on your machine when you get it, it's farther ahead to rebuild that carburetor than it is to trash it and put on a different one, okay? But in saying that, if you want to rebuild it using OEM parts, you're going to end up paying through the nose and be more than what the carburetor would cost originally if you spread it all out, right? And one of the problems that I had when we were selling millions of dollars of parts and stuff were you guys that are the true blue enthusiast OEM all the way. You didn't want any Chinese crap, right? But what I try to explain to a lot of you guys is Briggs says made in China. Kohler says made in China. Most of them are having their parts produced over there in China and they're coming in by the boatloads. And to show you how much of a markup there is, if you look at a Chinese carburetor, which is basically a knockoff, Chinese cannot develop anything on their own. They don't have the thought process because the hierarchy says you're not allowed to think for yourself. Here in America, we have the ability to choose, think, and inspire to do great things, right? So it's based on the individual instead of the collective. So in saying that, what a lot of Chinese companies are doing is they're either getting handed the blueprints by these big manufacturers or they're re-engineering it. They're tearing it all apart. They're buying it and then they're tearing it all apart and specking the hell out of it and then turning around and creating a knockoff. They've even done it to the steels. There's one company that has what they call knockoff steels. And every part off that steel or that saw will fit identical twin steel. That's how close they are. So, I mean, if you're asking me what is the best way to go about it, if you think you're having carburetor problems, should you go out and buy a new OEM carburetor? And I would say probably not, just because of the cost. Now, what I would recommend is to take the time to sit down, get yourself a nice clear workspace to work on it, and then tear it all apart. And what I want you to do is the first piece that comes off, lay it the farthest away, and then just keep stacking it. And that way, when you get ready to put it back together, all you have to do is reverse the order and it goes back together. And what I recommend also is if you need a diaphragm for an OEM Walbro carburetor, good chances are it can vary from 27 to 40 some dollars for it. And if you really look into these Chinese carburetors, they're just knocking off the OEM. So instead of paying 37 to 40 something, you can buy that carburetor on eBay from the Chinese for like $9.95. So for 37 bucks, you can buy a lot of those carburetors, right? And you're going to say, but Eric, you keep telling us that those carburetors aren't as good as what the OEMs are. And they aren't. But what I want you to know, and we do this here at the shop, and you other mechanics that are watching this, chime in if you're doing the same thing. We figured this out quite a while ago, is we're not buying rebuild kits for the OEMs. We're buying a Chinese knockoff, stripping it down and taking all the gaskets, diaphragm, needle seat, all of it, taking it out and putting it into the OEM, whatever parts we need. And for the whole gauntlet is $9.95 free shipping. And the best thing is if you screw up, you can still go get one for $9.95 and throw it on and it probably will work. I'm not trying to knock the OEMs. You know, I was at warehousing level pricing because of how much we were buying from the manufacturers and the big aftermarket companies, but you can't get too greedy. And I think that's what has happened in a lot of things that used to be all USA made is greed played a part. And I don't feel sorry for the manufacturers that decided to shut the factories down here and move them to China or Mexico. Don't come cry on my shoulder because I don't give a rat's ass. You had a chance to have employed Americans building American products for the American people, and you gave it away. If you pulled it back, you probably could find that we could build it cheaper here, but you wouldn't make as much money, would you? And that's what the manufacturers don't want you to know. Aftermarket companies, they're doing the same thing. They're having a lot of their parts coming in from China. Are there different degrees of, you know, from a Chinese product to an aftermarket product to an OEM? Is there progression to get better, as it comes through? I think so, because your bigger companies are going to have quality control people in place. And if that doesn't meet the standards of the engineering and everything else of that product, it gets rejected. Whereas the Chinese don't have that. They just push it and sell it in bulk and hope for the best. In the comments, what have you done in the past? Have you ever taken parts out of another carburetor and put it into one that OEM that you're trying to rebuild? I know we have tons of times. But I can tell you that buying a aftermarket carburetor on eBay from China, a lot of times they won't work because there's something, a flaw about them. That there's always something. But if you're buying it for parts, I think you're going to do all right. So on that note, thanks again so much for watching. If you got this far and you haven't subscribed and you haven't liked or rang the bell, that is a way to tell me and YouTube that I'm on the right track. I'm here to try to teach. I want you to diagnose first and fix last. And I also want you to find ways to save money in the process. On that note, you guys have a great day.